Hi, today let me show you an interesting control what you can use in Pascal and Lazarus. And with this control you can master your desktop applications um, with storing the actual status of your forms. So this control you can find under the miscellaneous controls, and it's called TJSONPropStorage. This control is basically creating a JSON file where you can store your application's properties. Of course, not all of them you might want to store, but you can even select which controls or which properties you want to save for the next startup of your application. So the simple way of using it, of course, the same as usually. You just need to pull the control element or object into your form, and then you need to set it up. So once you put it on your form, you just need to set a file name and the name of the control itself, and then you can also activate it, and you can also select if you want to have a formatted output or a simple one. So I was selecting, of course, that I didn't start it with an active state. Actually, if it is activated right from the beginning, then the previous saved properties are loaded into the application. So basically, when you start up, it's immediately showing how the application was last time used. So let's delete first the ini file itself. So basically, you start from here, and to show how this property storage is working, I also placed here an additional control on the form, which I did not really edit right now, so there is nothing special about it. Later on you will see how this can be used. And the ini file itself, if you don't specify the exact location or exact folder of the file, it will be placed where the application itself is placed. So in my case, in the sample folder, the ini file will appear at the first startup. So how you can set up what you want to store from the application is that you need to go actually to the form itself, and at the form at the bottom you have a session properties property actually, and here typically this is empty at the beginning, but if you have the storage properties itself already on the form, you can define what you want to save. So here you have the components on the form, and you also have the properties of the individual controls. So when you click on the component itself, the available properties are listed up, and from these you can select what you want to store. And these properties will be listed here in the under the selected properties list box. So here, as you can see, I already selected the form's height, left, top, and width properties. So basically the layout of the form itself. Plus I added also the content of the edit field. So with this the property storage is basically set up for this form, And what you can also do is that, of course, you want to save somewhere these properties. Otherwise, if you don't call the save, then of course the property storage will not save its content. Um, Defined under the onChange bound. So when I'm resizing or moving the window around, then I will save the properties for this form, and also for the resize. I'm calling this property storage save function to store the contents. So let's see how the code looks like. So when the form is activated, when it comes to this form active procedure, then I activate also the property storage itself. So because I did not set it to true in design time, so when it is initialized on the form at the startup, it would not be in active state. So I need to call this line, let's say, to get it activated. And as I said, for the form bound or change bounds, and also the form resize is saving the storage, the property storage to save the properties what I set up for this form. So as you can see, I don't need to do anything else. So I don't need to call the forms properties or link them somewhere, because this is already let's say set up in the form session properties property, and here you just need to call the save or load or read properties or functions. So now when I'm running the application, you can see that the form is here, and let's check the ini file. And as you can see here, the jproperties ini file is already created, and if I'm opening it, then you can see that within the application, under the form 1, the properties, the edit one, text property, the form height, left, top, and width properties are saved. So currently this is the status of the form. When I'm changing the bounds, or I'm resizing the form, and I'm going back to here, you can see that that the file is already updated. So here I need to reload and just look on these results. So these are changing to the actual state. And also if I'm changing the text here, let's say text, and now I still need to resize it, because I don't have any other options to save now the property. But you will see that here the edit one will be changing to text, also the size changed. So now when I'm closing the application, these properties are of course still there. I mean here, and when I'm loading the application again, so running it again, you see that basically nothing happens. So if I'm coming back to here, it's again changed, because this call is already running when you start it up. But it's basically saving the actual state. So the state which is set during the design time. So if I'm going back to the form and its properties, you can see that the left side is at 441. So it's 441 at the left. Then if I'm going to the top is 32, and the width is 435. So basically these are the design time values. So how we can make it sure that that these values, I mean the change values, are loaded, that during the form activation I can call the JSON property storage and the restore procedure. So once I'm calling this procedure, of course, the first time this will still use the original design parameters, but if I'm changing and also I'm changing the text, let's resize it again to make sure that it's saved, and then I'm closing it. And now if we are coming back here and reload it, you can see that the JSON file itself is changed, so it's containing the new sizes and also the text itself. And now, because the restore procedure is called at the beginning, um, we can run the application on a way that it's initialized with the same size, and also the text is changed to the saved ones. So basically, this with this option, you can save also other forms statuses, and you can load them back into the previous let's say state which you had last time, and then of course your application can give a better user experience with this, because you basically can continue where you left off. Of course, you can store other things if you want. You can store the colors. You can use or you can set up also menu statuses or whatever properties you have on the form. You can select all of them. And then of course you have other options here for this storage function. So you can also use the prop storage, and then you have write and read options. So you can see that you can write boolean, integer, uh, rectangular data, strings if you want more strings to be written, and so on and so on. So basically with this, and of course there is the opposite, where you can read the same values out from the file. Of course these are not properties, but if you define your own value, you can do that. For example, if you want to write data into the or any other properties or values what you want to store inside the property file or this JSON file, you can do this, and you can define, for example, data like 10. Now we are using, or I'm using here, a string, and then once you are loading or running the file, this additional property will be saved here in this in the file. So as you can see that the data with the 10 is already written in. Of course, if we want to change this information, or we want to read it, we can also do that. Now when we are rewriting it, as you can see, now it's changed, so now the 20 is in. And actually, after you restore the data, or here let's change the information. So just put it in the edit in the edit text. Let's read a string. So this will be the JSON prop storage. And let's read the string. And now of course we need to use here the information. So the first value here is the data what we want to read, or the property we want to read, and the second one is the default value. So if we might not have anything saved yet, we can replace it with a default value. So let's use the default as an empty string. So now when we are running again this application, then instead of having the text from here, so this is a new text actually. This will be replaced with this data content, which will be not the 0 or not the empty string, but here we have the 20 now, and this will be loaded. So now when we are loading it, you can see that the 20 is in. So basically you can also add your own data which is not related to the actual form components themselves, but you can store any other values as well. So you have the possibility to define your own values to this JSON property storage file. So now what you also need to take into account that of course if you are using something like this one and you are not listing it on a specific way. So if I'm going back to the form and here I have this session properties listed. Now I will delete the edit text from it. So basically here I don't have now this value stored anymore because it will not be automatically stored with this save function. So now when I'm running it, you can see that it's not restored because it's not part of the list. However, it should be still here. Close the file. Yeah, so let's open it again. So as you can see that the last time the 20 was already saved because this was still part of the list inside the save function. But now if I'm changing the size of the form and reload it, this will not change anymore. However, I will or I have the possibility, of course, to save it on a way that here. So no, not here. Let's put it at the resize. So let's use at the storage and at the right string. We will use the edit one. Let's check text. Okay, so text, and then let's use the text from the control itself. So once I'm running it again and typing in this is a new text and resize the form. So now when we load it, you can see that the text itself was written in. So instead of using the automatic store or restore, you need to use this. So if you are not listing something under the session properties, you can still save these properties into the file, but then you manually need to do this. Okay, so this is what I wanted to explain about this handy little component here in Free Pascal and Lazarus. I hope you can use it in your application, and you can let's say improve your user experience for your apps. So with this I wish you happy coding, and of course don't forget to subscribe to my channel for future tutorials. Wish you a nice day, and see you next time.